Hello, welcome to sort of a repair and upgrade video. I've got this HST, it's a original Hornby one, and it's got the Ringfield motor in, and there is no power. Let me get it back on the track. So obviously you've got to pick up on this axle and that axle, so you can't just use one battery on the one of the bogies. So, but we've obviously got no power whatsoever. And I want to I was going to repair this, but I decided that I want to put one of the CD motors in. And I bought this CD motor kit just off eBay, and this is the cheapest CD motor kit you can buy. So, and is it any good? Because obviously it's just cheap motors. Obviously they might not last that long or anything like that if you're going to use them continuously, but I just thought it'd be alright. So you got your motor, your chassis, your drive cog and two circlips and an insulation plate. No instructions, so you have to know what really you're going to be doing when you actually come to repair this, or upgrade it I should say. So I'm going to just see how we get this apart. I know they should have a clip at the back from what I remember, and they just sort of slot in at the front. So I'm going to get that apart now, and then we can start to take the motor out. And from looking at it here, it looks like it's been apart a few times in the past, probably by the previous owner. I sort of bought this as a non-runner, thinking I was going to just do a repair or an upgrade on it. Okay, so I seem to be getting some joy at getting this one clipped. And there we go. So as you can see, this has got the original lighting in, which is a bulb with a diode for the direction. So that's going to be removed. So I'm just going to just quickly just test the motor again and just see if we get anything. Nope. So I can put it straight across. Looks like we've not even got a spring or a bush in there. So it might actually be easy to repair, but I think I'll prefer to just see if we can get this upgraded. So the first thing I want to do is just remove this power bogie. So let's take these out, and it should just unclip nice and easy. There we go. Now I can just put the rest of the chassis to one side. Now I need to take the frame off, and I think these just clipped on from what I can remember. Yeah. And it does seem to be fighting back. So don't want to damage anything. It's just sort of pushing this frame over that clip, really. And there we go. Now put the bogie frame to one side. You can have a look at what we have got. So I need to take these two drive cogs out. And that seems to be stuck nice and tight, which I would expect it to be. So I think I'm going to need some pliers or something just to prise that out, so I will go and get some of those. Okay, looking at this, it's not going to get it out that way, so and that came off a lot easier than I was expecting then, so not too bad. So I'm just going to remove all these driving wheels, just remember where they all go, and on this side remove the pickup wire. I'll need to use that. It picks up off the chassis. And I think the problem why it doesn't work is there's no bushes. All the bushes are stuck inside, so took the two springs out that hold the bushes in, and I can't see any bushes whatsoever, so I think that was one of the main problems there. Like I said, I'm going to change all this motor anyway, so I'm going to get this out. See how it can't see how it's stuck together there. So I think, oh no, there was a bush one. I think that was the problem, it was just one bush then. So it'll probably work if I put this back together. So I'm going to need to remove this drive cog there, I think, before we can split this chassis. So let me get something to pull that off. Okay, I managed to get that off. It was quite a tight fit, and I just sort of whittled some quite strong cutters just behind it and kept whittling it out, and then just held the chassis with the pliers. So do apologise, that was off camera. I forgot to press the record. So we can see if we can split this now. Now I've got it. And I think you do need to take the axles out. And I do remember doing this on a Class 25, and to get around that I actually just cut the plastic, so I didn't have to take the wheel sets out, because it's just a bit tricky getting those back together, I think it was. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to chop this plastic cover out because I want to replace it with this one anyway. So that one will go on there and hold the motor in place, so I don't need any of that, so I'm going to cut that out. Right, as I'm physically not going to need any of this again, I am just going to destroy it to get it out. So not too fussed if it gets damaged. Cover plate. Several years since I've actually done one of these motors, and this one seems to be fighting back on every turn sort of thing. So get these bigger cutters on it. There we go. That'll free that. Now I can remove the motor itself. Piece of plastic still on there. Let's get that out. And then just got the magnet to remove. keep that away from all the other pieces. So now we've just got the chassis itself, and obviously I need to just fit this motor in. I remember it when people first used to fit these in, it was just a bit of hot glue all the way around it, and then somebody started to 3D print and they were just so much better and easier to fit. And you just got to make sure you've got some where for the wires to come out, and it's just really I want to just do a test fit really first, so I'm just going to double check. So okay, the wires, yes, I remember now, they need to come out through the top. Don't like the way the wires are going to get trapped there. Have I got this the right way round? It's going to sort of squish the wires a little bit, which I'm not that happy about. Should really have a hole near the back of it, and that would be better. And this seems to be incredibly tight. Trying to get that through, fitted in. Now I've got to go a lot further in than that. So just worried about trapping these wires, so I might have to just drill a hole near the back of this, because I prefer the wires to be nearer the back, if that's right. Maybe actually should be this way round, and there's a slot there. That seems to be better. Okay. So, does all this line up? Does sort of seem to line up. I think with the better kits, I'm just going to test it that way around as well. Obviously the two circlips then are designed to hold that motor bracket on. And it seems to be reasonably straight. and they don't go on very tight. So I think I'm going to have to glue this in. So I'm going to centralise it and then glue the mounting plate in. So I'm not very happy with that. So a cheap one doesn't mean it's a good one, but it should work. I tested the motor just on the battery. I didn't want to go through all this and then find the motor didn't work. But I think it needs to go in that way round, so I need to just drop the motor back out. Don't like the way the wires are trapped, so I'm going to do a little bit of a modification on this. So I think it needs to go that way round. So I'm going to just make a small hole just so I can get the wires. Okay, looking at it, I don't really need to modify it, and I think I've got it the right way around to start with. So I'm going to put this just in there, and then I'm going to glue that in place and then push the motor through. So I just need to get some super glue just on there. So glue that nice and secure. So let me go and find. I'll put a little bit all the way around it. And I'm just going to leave that glue to dry, and then I'll mount the motor in. And one thing that I was forgetting all about was the insulator. So I needed to put that on before I fitted the motor. So it's a good job I was messing around quite a bit. So this is insulator sticker. Just to stop any shorts on the chassis. And I should be able to just slot the motor in now. That's a nice tight fit. And you just get the drive cog. Very tight. I'll have to push this on. Yeah, okay, that's gone on nice. Obviously you could put a bit of glue on there if you wanted to. Make sure it is secure. And I'll just need to put in the driving cogs again. keeper, further hose. Right, this just sprung out last time. I was taking it out, if you remember. Will it go back on? Nice and easy. Yep. And if I turn the wheels, I won't turn the motor. They seem to be all lined up. A quick run up. Okay, so we have power. So the next step really is to get all this back into the bogie frame, and the rest finished. You just got to make sure that you put this in the correct way round, and I think it was this way round. Probably should have took a picture or noticed something. I think I should be okay on that. So now I'll need to wire the pickup wires up. So we've got one pickup here and we've got the other pickup on here. So I'm just going to need to solder these. So I don't need such a long wire. I'm going to use black on this one to there. I'll leave a little bit of wire just for manoeuvrability. And with any wiring, you really want to just sort of always tin it. So I don't seem to have my solder to hand. Let me go and fetch that. And I've noticed with this kit that you don't get any insulating sort of pieces, so you'll have to provide your own. Let the iron warm up a little bit. So I'll need to get some insulating sleeves. And I've got quite a few here. I don't need it that length, so enough yet. Clear that solder off that iron. There we go, that's one of the pickup wires done. I might as well just get this bogie fitted back in. And if we want the lights working, we'll have to connect those to the power bogey again. So still should connect fine. So I'm just going to chop a little bit shorter. Yeah, very small weight in the middle of this. I suppose it's as close to the power bogey as possible. Now actually you can take the traction tyres off these, so you could use the wheels from the non-powered bogey. You could buy a set and then swap those while you was doing the motor at the same time. So they do struggle with the traction, these HSTs. I seem to be having a bit of trouble trying to hold these together. It's where you always burn yourself. Oh, not the neatest of joints that. It'll be alright. I can't seem to get that to fit on there. Not to worry too much on the lighting just yet. I'm going to hopefully get that on running. So I'm just going to use the battery just on the track. I'll hold it. And yes, we are running both ways. Yeah, that seems to be working all right. So I've just got to finish the lighting connector on, and then just get it all back together, and then we'll do a bit of track test. Make sure I don't get any wires trapped. That's all clipped on. Yep, all seems to be all clipped on alright. Just give it a quick I seem to get a good connection with the battery on the truck. But yeah, I mean that all seems to be running. So next thing is to do a bit of a track test and just see what speed this does do. I might need to put some diodes in to just slow it down if it's a little bit too fast. But I'm going to tidy everything up as well now. Let's see if this all works. or movement there. So that's a good sign. And just turn it up nice and slowly. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. I'll see you on the next one. Have a good evening or a good rest of the day and take care.